and welcome to episode 50, Dunk's Movie Corner, Dunk's Movie Corner Pod, or podcast, whatever you want to call it. That's what this is. That's who I am. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. If you've stumbled upon this, don't stumble away. If you are new, this is just to quickly recap what I watch in a week in TV, limited series, movies, anything like that. If you're looking for an actual conversation, I'd say check out the Movie Bros with my brother Hayden, where we pick one movie and then we watch and discuss and kind of ramble and banter and argue and just talk about that one movie. This will probably end up being 10 15 minutes at most, whereas the Movie Bros, if you're looking for something more long form, it's anywhere from like 45 minutes to, we've had a couple episodes almost 2 hours. But either way, for this week, oh yeah, and you can find this podcast most likely on Spotify. It's also on YouTube, and it's also on Instagram at Dunk's Movie Corner Pod. This week, I believe I started the week for the 2007 rewatch of Ratatouille. It is the 18-year anniversary of this movie. It looks fantastic. It's Pixar, I think, really at its best. Brad Bird, the director, doing his thing. Just wonderful music, the cinematography, like the not the cinematography. I mean, yes, the cinematography, but really it's the animation on Remy's fur, the water, the food. Yeah, we did a full episode of this for the Movie Bros, and then it promptly somehow vanished from our recordings, like records, which is kind of a big frustrating thing. So we're gonna try to re-record maybe in the next week or so. Yes, it's fantastic, but I would say, if you're looking for something a little more meaty discussion-wise, hopefully we will re-record that and post that soon. Because, yeah, I would say maybe this might be a 5 out of 5 movie for me, to be honest. From there, I watched something called Safety Not Guaranteed. I'd say 2.5 out of 5. All the people in it feel like they should be in a movie together, even if the movie itself is not that great. Aubrey Plaza, Mark Duplass, Jake Johnson, Karan Soni, the taxi driver from Deadpool. They're all just kind of the like odd, awkward, mainstream adjacent people. I don't know. It was fun. I would not say it's a good movie. Yeah. From there, I watched the 1975, yes, 50 years ago, Rollerball. This stars James Caan. It's dystopian future. I don't want to get super far into it, but so much of this, I think, it is not as good as it could be, strictly because it was made at the time it was made. Like, it's so clearly from 1975. Because looking at this seems like such an obvious one that, Denis Villeneuve could make today, and it would be amazing. Maybe with a different name or something like that, but I could clearly see this could be really good if done correctly, maybe nowadays, not, 50 years ago. Either way, James Caan, great in so many things. Yeah, I would call this a 2 out of 5, but a lot of the things against it, I think, are just strictly from that era, and I don't know. I hold it against it, but at the same time, I don't know if I should. From there, I then watched the 2023 The Kill Room. Again, so many of these were Tubi watches, because Tubi, I'm finding, is like the streaming service that A, is free, which I love, and B, has the like kind of oddball titles in it that like are not so far out of like normal that they are like unwatchable, but they are not the mainstream like, oh, I wouldn't find this on Netflix kind of thing. So this stars Uma Thurman, Sam Jackson, Maya Hawke, Joe Manganiello. It's like sort of comedic, sort of, maybe the right word is like dark comedy, with like it's about like the like high-end art community and drug traffic, or not money laundering, and it's kind of a hard one to explain, but again, not bad. I'd call it like a 2.5 out of 5. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. Definitely not like, oh my god, this was amazing. And if you look back over those last several, after Ratatouille, I had like 3 movies in a row that like, I feel like I just wasn't really hitting the way I wanted it to hit. So I saw F1, the movie, again, Formula One, the movie, the Brad Pitt summer blockbuster, I guess, for a second time, because I watched it last week with my parents, and then This week I watched it with friends and Hayden, my brother, because we recorded yesterday, day before, whatever, for the Movie Bros. So we had a nice conversation about it. And then you'll see that from us this coming Sunday as our next episode, which again, we're going to try to see if we can squeeze Ratatouille in at some point, because we watched the movie, we took the notes, we recorded, we edited, we exported, and then it just disappeared off our dashboard, which is really frustrating. But there are parts of this that, again, I feel like I liked more so the second time around, and there are some parts of this that I didn't like as much the second time around. So still, I think a very solid, like 4 to 5. This is a very fun movie to see in the summer. I think we need more movies like this. Just big, like, it doesn't, I don't know, I feel like we've strayed away from like the fun 90s blockbustery movies. And sure, the camera work in this and the soundtrack from Hans Zimmer and parts of, the acting and the story were great. And I don't know, I think we just need more of that. More big things that aren't superhero movies, which I'm so glad that I feel like we are slowly getting away from that. Either way, I quote unquote ended my week, although, again, I feel like I had this on and I really was not paying attention. It was one of those like, I'm really yawning. A side note, I've been sick the last, I don't know, like a week. Some days are better than others, but I'm all congested and I'm not sleeping well and I've got like sinus pressure and all those things. I put on Blades of Glory, the like not good Napoleon Dynamite actor named John Heder, Will Ferrell, Will Arnett, Amy Poehler, Jenna Fisher, about figure skating. It's just not good. It's just bad. And it's shocking to me that I see that it's got a like not a terror. It's got a 3.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd, which is insane. Yeah, I don't know. Just either way, that's how I ended my week because I wasn't really paying attention to it. What else have I watched? I feel like that's kind of it. I mean, the occasional like pottery throwdown or Seinfeld, or I've even watched an episode or two in the last week or so of Love Island. As much as I am not, not normally my thing for reality TV. Yeah. If there's anything you can think of that I should be watching, obviously let me know. This might be a shorter episode. It's only going to be probably like, 10 minutes at the max, and that's okay. If there's anything that I watched that you don't agree with, obviously let me know as well. Check out the F1 Movie Bros episode coming this Sunday, and I believe Ratatouille sometime soon, like I said. In other news, summer is in full swing. Jobs are getting busy. Trying to get out there and have a social life of some sort. And yeah, hanging out there with the old furry son Freddy. And we'll see what comes this week in the form of movies or limited series or TV. So otherwise, I'll catch you all next week for episode 51 of Dunk's Movie Corner.